My amazing Leos, welcome into a general weekly reading for you. I hope you're doing well. Let's just jump right into the cards and see what is doing a flip out of the deck. We have the Three of Swords in reverse, the Hermit card, and the Four of Swords to begin your reading. It does feel like a healing week. You might be somebody drawn to this reading like myself who embodies, has this beautiful healing energy. And so I wouldn't be surprised if the week involves you in one, if not multiple situations, helping other people heal. When you step into the room, I truly feel either way, regardless of whether you consider yourself a healer or not, you change the energy, all right? Strutting your stuff, maybe feeling a bit goofy in the moment, shining your light, okay? It feels like this may be a week where you're getting back to a glow up, okay? Or at least a partial glow up, feeling like self-care is working out to your advantage naturally. You are feeling very much to yourself in certain ways and are gifted by the spiritual realm significant periods of solitude, okay, alone time. I just feel the need to clear my voice and clear my throat and get my voice out there because I feel as if things are about to work out for me big time. And if you don't feel this way about your path, your world, stepping into this week, I do sense a change in your outlook and maybe even your outcome, as the week trickles on forward. It does also feel like a time period for you where you are feeling quite protected. I feel like more than ever. There was a shift in your spirituality for somebody drawn to the reading recently, and it feels like people are on your side more so. You also have a guide at a distance, I'm getting specifically, who is working to your advantage significantly. That is going to be in a different way for every Leo drawn to the reading. But I also feel like there are people thinking about you. People are wondering about you, missing you, liking your content is now what I'm getting specifically. You will feel the need to manifest, all right? Because it's one of your superpowers, side by side and even intertwined at times with your intuition. But it feels like there is a golden wish fulfillment of some sort that you are currently, and maybe rewinding back, have been manifesting. But I want to say that you are also feeling quite healed at certain points throughout the week when it comes to certain aspects of your life. You take a step back and you look at how well something turned out or something is for you in general, and that heals you somehow, okay? You may even utilize your own content, your own work somehow to heal yourself. I'm getting, for example, and apply it as you may or see how it works out for you. I'm going to be watching one of my own readings, okay? As my voice just went a bit high and off. I do feel as if imperfection is part of this time period for you because you can't help but feel the need to embrace imperfection. It's as if, like myself at times, you say, excuse me, sorry, pardon me, bear with me way too often, when in reality, those of who I'm reading for or interacting with or crossing paths with are absolutely the type of souls that absolutely struggle at times. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody does. But it just feels like there needs to be a release in that sense, okay? You might be somebody like myself, once again, where you say sorry way too often, and this is a bad habit, okay? It may not be an insecurity per se, but it's a bad habit to say the least. Now, I feel like there is some honesty that you're needing to provide yourself at certain points throughout the week in regards to how you wish to see your world develop and change moving forward. I know that you feel like at times you can't or won't have it all, but you will, okay? You will. They're saying, so change the game for yourself. Maybe you need to make better choices, or one in particular. Maybe you need to recognize and remember your worth for, the first time for somebody, or just in a new way, and run with it, all right? You need to be remembering what you truly bring to the table. For somebody specifically, this is in regards to work or maybe finding work, all right? A new opportunity of some sort. Because it feels like you at times don't fully see the picture, and that gets in the way of you, in the way of you remembering what you bring to the table, okay? But as well, I feel like you are putting yourself out there at certain points throughout the week, and this feels rewarding. It is rewarding you, okay? And you might even feel like it's meant to, or just naturally is rewarding other people. And it does feel like people are honoring you. People are, okay, feeling spicy in your midst is what I'm hearing. People are feeling spicy, maybe a little bit feisty and sassy. But I don't feel that really stemming from you. I feel you just kind of doing your thing and remaining peaceful and regrounding yourself when need be, and just maybe again struggling at certain points, but the struggle's relatable. All right. Imagine if I didn't struggle occasionally in these readings, it would be too perfect, right? If everybody was the same, if life was so perfect 24/7, it would be boring. It would be colorless. All right. At least for the most part. But in the midst of things working out for you, Leo, throughout this week period, you can't help but think about necessary change for the future. You can't help but think about what needs to be knocked over, put to rest, removed, even replaced for a lot. All right. Definitely highlighting the middle card there, the Tower card. Change is not to be feared. It's not something to be concerned about. It's something to be embraced, and you will be an example of this moving forward. And it starts throughout this week. Okay. Putting your foot down or on the brake pedal when things are about to or simply are in the moment going too far. Don't be afraid to step away from a certain energy, whether, say, at home, the energy is just rough, okay? Or the energy at work is rough. Maybe you need to take an early break. Or maybe it's a conversation or two, or somebody that's nearby who is just not having the best energy. There's also somebody who is ultra depressed, okay? I'm not feeling this is your energy, but for example, somebody's working with somebody who is extremely depressed, and they need to sort through what they're going through. Okay, it feels like somebody who wants to even wonders why people aren't asking how they're doing, or if they're okay, and then they do, and they don't want the help, or they don't want to talk about it. So it's just wanting to be checked on, just to be checked on. And I get that to an extent, but it feels like you need to be protecting your own individual energy right now. And because you do feel to be a really bright light throughout this week for the most part, you're going to be gaining new opportunities, advantages. It feels like you want to stay and work and make more money for somebody. And this will be accepted and even protected, guided by spirit. And it just feels like your energy is helping you. You know what I'm saying? But I also feel as if they're saying the vulnerability that you are one with throughout this week is gifting you the chance to succeed more. It's gifting you the chance to increase something in value. All right. It's prosperity time for Leo. Love that. But I also feel like you're thinking about who in your life deserves more justice. Okay. I also want to say there's necessary reflecting. Let me just take a moment and catch my breath. It honestly didn't feel like I needed to, but it came out in your reading for a reason. Now, when you feel a bit dizzy, take a seat, okay? Or just remain seated, and please drink some water. There's reasoning for that. Spiritual sensations are also part of this week period for you. Goosebumps, tickles, itches, stuff of that nature. I just heard a pat on the back. I will never forget when I first went through a spiritual awakening in my one-bedroom apartment I had back in Boston, Massachusetts. And I was taking a nap one day, and I felt a tap on my shoulder, and I was woken up. And then soon after that, I think it was the following day or maybe the same day, I was gifted the name The Awakened Dreamer in the shower. Okay. And yeah, basically that's where it all kind of started and sparked. And I decided at that point to teach myself tarot. Thanks for listening. I don't know why I felt the need to share that. But it also feels like someone needs to be thinking about getting a new mode of transportation in the near future. What do you want it to look like? What brand is what I just heard? What model would you want to go for? What color? Now, redesigning, configurating, okay, your life is, the wording coming through is also taking a highlight. It's as if Spirit's saying, take a step back for a second, ask yourself where you're not satisfied, what isn't working for you anymore, what don't you feel is aligned with who you're becoming in this lifetime. Great. It's not going to happen right off the bat, right? Don't even see it beginning to be adjusted, changed, or flopped around is what I'm getting, or shuffled throughout this week. But moving forward in divine timing after a certain point, you'll then already have somewhat of a clear idea as to what you wish to see changed, okay? How you wish to see things adjusted, okay? But I feel like there are moments when you literally lose your voice, as you could just hear that happening to me. And I feel like it's partially because of, for somebody, overconsumption. It could be because you're not drinking enough water, but it also could be because of, I want to say, very much so because of the weather. All right, it definitely reminds me of me in these 100 plus Fahrenheit degree days. But you're also being viewed at as a star, plain and simple. All right, but there's something you do that's very complex, but straight to the point. Definitely is giving me tarot reading vibes, you know, for my situation. But I also feel like there's a reminder, my friend, that you do not deserve to reach for limits. Okay, you don't. You deserve to reach for the stars. Is basically what's coming through. At this point along your path, and this week will definitely highlight this and remind you of this. You don't need to settle. For somebody specifically, this is in regards to, okay, a new place to live. And I'm getting as well a specific new potential romantic situation, okay? But that also goes for friends. You don't need to settle. You can literally have it all. And this week reminds you of that. You're going to be feeling as if the stars are actually aligning for you in so many beautiful ways. Wow, I just held those up very awkwardly. Oh well, moving right along. Trusting in the mystery of my individual path is a must. Sorry, somebody was just driving so slowly. But there is a happily ever after that Spirit's saying lies ahead for you, and it definitely is intertwined with these two energies, the Justice card, and I want to say multiple wish fulfillments. But it feels like you can't, it's part of you needing to remember as well that you will miss what's at hand, even though it has imperfections, even though you do desire and even maybe need something new to replace it after a certain point. And it feels very much doable to acquire it, especially because of your spiritual guidance and support. But I really feel as if being one with the present moment, appreciating, being grateful for what's at hand is going to be key for you. But what needs to be cut out? All right, what needs to be cut out when it comes to your day-to-day routines? Okay, they're saying just because you choose to take a day away from or a couple days away from a negative habit doesn't mean that it's still not holding toxicity in your life. Okay, but I really feel as if you're going to be reassessing throughout the week. You're going to be feeling grounded, assured, okay? You're going to be proven correct in regards to your choices. And Spirit saying this highlights and reiterates the fact that you know what you're doing. You're going to figure out in areas of your life that you don't fully have all the answers. You know what I'm saying? But I want to wrap up this reading by saying that you're doing a fantastic job. And this week definitely highlights that, okay? So this was truly helpful. Of course, don't forget to book a personal reading with myself. Everything is down below. Sending you a ton of love and light.